Support for Steppin Out is made possible by Yes Portrait. New Orleans portrait artist Pragati Dar specializes in personal portraits in oil or pencil. She uses her many years of experience to bring her portraits to life. More information is available at yesportrait.com.
Laborde, and welcome to Steppin Out, spotlighting the New Orleans area's arts and entertainment scene. We are coming to you from our studios near City Park. Seated at our table tonight, Lance Nichols, actor and one of the stars of Driving Miss Daisy at the Bayou Playhouse in Lockport. Welcome back. It's great to see you.
Yes, it's been 4 years.
It's been a while.
But I love seeing Poppy.
Okay.
And this person to my right.
Yes, we're going to meet that person in just a second, but welcome back. Poppy Tucker, host of the weekly program Louisiana Eats on WWNO Radio. Hi there.
Hey, Peg.
And Igor from Young Frankenstein.
You pronounced it properly. Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Theaters. Hello, welcome.
Welcome. What is this show called?
Steppin Out.
Oh, I think I'm in the wrong place. I thought I was coming to Creeping Out.
Oh, sorry. That might happen too. We're going to be hearing from some of his co-stars as well as Igor a little bit later, as a matter of fact, and Alan Smason, editor of the online Crescent City Jewish News, who covers, of course, the theater scene for us. Poppy, crawfish, babe.
All crawfish all weekend. It must be in the height of the season. You know, Peggy, I just have to say, one of the things that we should be grateful for here in New Orleans is all of the exceptional homegrown food businesses that have come from here. You know, a lot of people don't realize this is the place where Progresso started. Well, everybody knows that Zatarain's is our own hometown brand, and they are celebrating their 125th anniversary. Isn't that charming? Look at how it used to be at work at Zatarain's. And the way that they're going to celebrate is by having everyone in the city help them eat their way into the Guinness Book of World Records. Because tomorrow, they're holding the world's biggest crawfish boil ever. Boiling up 25,000 pounds of crawfish, big servings for just $3. Don't miss it, noon until 6. I'll be there. I'll be looking for the whole city to join me with some crawfish. And speaking of crawfish, if you don't get enough crawfish tomorrow, the place to head on Mother's Day. I'm kind of ashamed to say I'm spending Mother's Day in a bar, but I'm going to spend Mother's Day in a bar because it's craft beer week at the Avenue Pub. And if you're a craft beer aficionado, then you know this is the place where you can get the best beer. Oh, and if you like craft beer, it's all craft beer all the time on Louisiana Eats this week. They've got a gorgeous balcony out there, and on Mother's Day, Bayou Tesh is holding a crawfish boil at 3 o'clock. It's going to be fabulous. Then, all week long special events. Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday night, barrel-aged night with the beers mostly aged in bourbon barrels. Wednesday, funk night with saisons and sours and lactose and Brett-infused American beers. Tasting tickets, both of those nights, are $24. You get 6 4-ounce pours, or you can just order a la carte. Then, Thursday night and Friday night. Thursday, Hophead night, very hoppy beers. Friday is Locals Afternoon. The balcony opens at 1 o'clock, and all the beers are served a la carte in 4-ounce or 10-ounce pours. But Saturday, next Saturday, is the big day at the Avenue Pub. It's their 6th annual grand tasting. All the best of American craft at your fingertips. For $30, you can have all of these tastes, but that's the only way that you can also get them a la carte, but that's the only way that you can get pours from the large bottles that they're going to be pouring. So go see my friend Polly Watts. Yeah. She runs a really fabulous operation, and it's going to be great beer. If that's not enough drinking for you this week, on Tuesday, we're going to be celebrating World Cocktail Day. And Chris Hanna, fabulous bartender at Arno's, is going to be doing a seminar. It's $30 in the Richelieu Bar from 6 until 8, and it's the definition of a cocktail. So he is a serious cocktailian. I love everything he does. go to Arno's, drink it up. Have a cold one this week. Don't forget.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thanks, Peg.
And we turn to Lance. Oh my God, both UNO alums.
That's right.
In that theater department.
That's
I remember
right.
you being in many, many plays, but of course you've come a long way. Congratulations on being in the House of Cards.
Oh, thank you very much. That's quite an honor to share the screen with Mr. Kevin Spacey.
Ooh, man. I wish he would do more things in New Orleans, because he's such an asset, to say the least.
Yes, he is.
Boy, things are hot with him. And so things are hot with you in terms of one of America's best-loved plays in the more recent past, Driving Miss Daisy. Tell us about
Doing Driving Miss Daisy
here.
with Janet Shea, who most of your listeners probably have seen, and John Spud McConnell, who's an icon here in Southeast Louisiana, actually along the Gulf Coast. We're going to be doing it at the Bayou Playhouse down in Lockport, Louisiana, about an hour's drive south of here. And it's a show that Janet and I, actually, I was telling Alan, we've been discussing doing this show for about 10 years. And we just were trying to find the right time. And once she and I committed to do it, Spud said he'd like to come on board. And so I almost feel like it's a dream cast.
It's a dream team.
That I'm
That's
working
three
with.
busy people, too.
Yes,
so
they
to
are.
coordinate calendars
And
is a little
terrific
bit of a
actors,
challenge.
you know, on their part, too.
Absolutely. Well, set up. We have an excerpt from the play. Set it up for us, please, sir.
The clip that I believe you have that we're going to take a look at is the scene where Bully, which is Miss Daisy's son, is actually looking to hire someone to drive his mother, and Hope comes in to apply for that position.
And now here's Bayou Playhouse's Driving Miss Daisy.
The truth is, Hope, that you'd be driving my mother around.
Excuse me for asking, but how come she ain't hired for herself?
Well, that's a delicate situation.
Uh-huh. She done gone round the bend a little. That happened to her when they get on.
No, she's all there. Too much there's a problem with it. It's just that she's just not, it's not safe for her to drive. She knows it, but she don't want to admit it. And I'll tell you the truth, Hope, I'm getting desperate.
Oh, I know what you mean by that. One time I out of work, my wife say to me, "Ooh, Hope, you ain't gonna get none other job." I say, "What you talking about, woman?" And the very next week I went to work for that woman in Little 5 Point. Cahill. Miss Frances Cahill. And then I go to Judge Stone, and they the reason I'm happy to hear you, Jew.
Well, my mother's strong-willed. But the fact is, you're going to be working for me. Now, she can say anything she wants to you, but she can't fire you, you understand?
Oh, sure I do. Don't you worry nobody. I'll hold on no matter which way she run me. When I nothing but a little boy down there about making on the phone, I used to wrestle hogs to the ground at killing time, and ain't no hog get away from me yet.
Well, how does $20 a week sound?
Sound like you got your mama chauffeur.
Wow. Gee, congratulations. And you opening tonight?
We open tonight, 8 o'clock. Yeah. And you know, we put this show together in only 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
I've done it, this is like my 7th reincarnation of doing this show. I've done it with Michael Leonard, with Karen Grassley. And so Janet just did the show last year at JPAS. And so we had 2.5 weeks of rehearsal.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
we're going to go for it.
When you're familiar with material, you're familiar with material.
And when you work with really, really good people. And Perry Martin, I have to say this, is a terrific director. My first time working with him, but I hope it won't be my last.
And he and Spud go way back, too.
Way back. They went to college together, Nichols State. I got a little
Really?
history,
I didn't know that.
but I can't tell it to you on the air. We'll talk about that after.
Okay, now tell
off
us
there.
about your next film.
I found out I just was cast in the Fantastic Four, the reboot, which is a huge franchise film, and this will be my first franchise
And where are they
film.
shooting this?
In Baton Rouge at the Celtic Center. They started shooting last week, and I start working in about 2 weeks.
Lance, do you know what you're going to be?
I'm playing, well, I auditioned for 4 different roles, and so, but they told me I've been cast as the U.S. General Official. I have no idea what the heck that means, but I'm working for like over a month, so I guess I'll find
Sounds
out.
good. I love the fact that, you know, you're a New Orleans guy, you moved to L.A., and you moved back, and you probably are you getting more work
Absolutely.
than you were in L.A.?
Well, I was getting more TV work there because
Yeah.
there is more television work,
Right.
but I'm getting a lot more film work here in New Orleans, and especially coming off of Treme. I'm still on a high after being on Treme for 4 seasons.
And you're missed. I mean, the whole show is very missed,
Yeah,
too. We're
in fact, I
used to it.
I ran into Clark Peters. He was here for the Jazz Fest, and he says, anytime he can come back to New Orleans, he will. He loves the city.
And a lot of actors, though, who aren't Treme are keeping busy. You see them popping up.
They are. I know Wendell was on the show with Michael J. Fox. I think the show was canceled, though. And Steve Zahn had a new show. Kim Dickens was on a new show. So everybody's doing something.
It's nice that they're keeping busy.
They
yes.
are.
How is Mr. Overmeyer? He's involved with what? Boardwalk Empire?
I think he is. I haven't seen Eric, but I did run into David Simon during Mardi Gras. He was here with his kids, and I ran into him on St. Charles Avenue, and he says, you know, it's really nice to just be here as a tourist and not have to worry about my, the next episode or anything like that.
Well, I know that the Nichols family keeps pretty busy, and I saw you all were co-hosting this. I was over at the Sacred Music Festival at the Healing Center.
That was a lot of fun.
Did you spend like the whole day into evening?
The whole day. We were there till 9 o'clock that night.
Great. Plus, your daughter is an actress.
Yeah, my daughter just got cast in a new Netflix pilot with Sam Shepard and Sissy Spacek that shot in the Keys. She was down in the Keys for 9 days. Tough job. Yeah. And it got picked up, so she's on a new series.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
We're glad you get to be here and do all this nifty stuff, too.
No place like home, like Dorothy said.
No place like home, yes.
Right.
And moving on to Igor over there, that little short guy over there. Hello.
My turn. Here we are. I've got my cards.
Well, tell us, please, sir.
Yes, Peggy.
About Frankenstein, the musical.
Oh, young Frankenstein.
Well, how close is it, the play at Rivertown, to the movie, the Mel Brooks movie itself?
Yes, it's very similar, except there's certainly much more singing.
Okay.
Obviously, being a musical. If you love the film, everything that has made that film so beloved for 30 some odd years, 40. It's from 1974, so it's 40. Am I doing my math right?
Sounds like 40. It sounds
40
like
is correct. Yes. Everything in that film that has made it beloved is present in the musical, not just in the script, but also in the spirit.
Well, who is your little friend?
The brain? I was actually told that if I made the brain joke, whose brain this is, I would get thrown off this panel. So I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, another question is, one might think this is for family viewing or enjoyment.
Yes.
But
well, it's Mel Brooks.
Tell us about that.
It is Mel Brooks. It is.
Right.
It is not for children. It's risque. It's fun. It's great, funny, very funny. But keep the kids at home for this one.
All right. Now, Igor, I understand that you have some colleagues who are with us tonight, and will be performing. So please tell us about our first
she have a British accent
musical
all of a
number.
I believe she does.
It affects you. It's addictive. Here.
Yes. My lovely friend Frau Blucher. Thank you, Alan. Frau Blucher is here, and she's going to sing a lovely song where she discloses the truth about her own relationship with the late Victor Frankenstein, not young Frankenstein, but the older, original Frankenstein.
And we should point out this is by night, Frau Blucher, and by day, someone named Tracey Collins, who we really appreciate.
Don't know who that is.
Let's hear more from Frau Blucher.
Love comes when you least suspect it. Love dances in on a whim. I thought maybe I could direct it, but I never expected a guy like him. He was a bully and a brute. He was as crazy as a coot. Still, I didn't give a hoot. He was my boyfriend. With every woman he would flirt. He always treated me like dirt, but I was happy to be hurt. He was my boyfriend. I was as pure as a virgin meadow, lying with Victor in the gloam. Then he turned to me, that charmer, and whispered, "Let's play farmer," and plowed me till the cows came home. He was a monster and a beast. His midnight bangings never ceased. It didn't faze me in the least. He was my boyfriend. He was the one that I gave my never wed even so. If I mentioned wedlock, he put me in a headlock. When I asked to be his wife, he stabbed me with a kitchen knife. Ach, where did the good times go? If he had an angry fit, I was the first thing that he hit, but I didn't mind a bit. He was my boyfriend. Yes!
Thank you, Alan Payne and Tracey.
Politically incorrect.
Yes, I was
Politically
gonna say,
incorrect,
I
as
can
you
see
see.
that this is a little more for the adults, as we say.
Yes, it's saucy and fun.
So are you having fun, Igor, every
I'm
night?
having a tremendous amount of fun, despite the fact that I'm wearing 4 layers of clothing and I sweat like a crazy person every show. But it's fantastic. It's great fun. It's fun being funny. It's fun having audiences. We opened this evening, same as you. Think there's crossover? There might be a little bit of crossover.
And you play through?
We play through the 24th. No, wait, the 25th. They added an extra performance on Sunday the 25th.
Okay,
because
great
we're
to
selling
know.
so well already. So
Well,
thank you, everyone who's coming.
Thank you, and I know we'll hear more from another colleague a little later.
Yes.
Thank you. And we turn to Alan, our man about town, with lots more theater.
Well, I wanted you to know I've been through a number of experiences, but the New Orleans Museum of Art and the NOLA Project have teamed up to really give what is a totally immersive experience in the adventures in Wonderland. This is, of course, the Alice story. It's basically depicting the lives of 3 primary characters, Alice, Esther, and Carl. Don't ask. Now, Alice is played by Molly Rubin Long. She's dressed in blue, and you can follow her as she follows the White Rabbit and the Cheshire Cat on a very fast track around the gardens, meeting the Caterpillar, the Mock Turtle, Humpty Dumpty, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and many other people. People on this track wear blue. Now, Esther, played by Kyle June Williams, is dressed in red, and you follow her as she learns about the Jabberwocky and competes to become the Red Queen. This is a medium, fast-paced track, and people are encouraged to wear red. And then lastly, there is Carl, played by Becca Chapman, who is dressed in green, and she spends her time at the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, being entertained by the Mad Hatter, played by Alex Martinez Wallace, and the March Hare, played by Keith Clavery. This is the only track that's set up for blankets and chairs. The other tracks, the Red Queen's track and the Blue Cheshire Cat's track, make several trips back and forth to that Mad Tea Party, and you'll love it. I got to tell you, it's a wonderful experience for kids and adults alike, written by Peter McElligott. It is adapted from Lewis Carroll's actual text, and it's directed by Andrew Larimore, who is one of the founders of the NOLA Project. It's truly wonderful to see 3 different plays, essentially 80 minutes long each, and they're presented all at the same time. And it really is a perfectly executed, perfectly timed, immersive experience, and it's really what theater should be. If you get a chance to see it, it's rapidly selling out. The green track, again, remember, is the one that you want to go to if you want to bring the younger ones, because they don't have to run around the track, okay? The other artists that are involved in this are A.J. Allegra, Ross Britz, Dylan Hunter, a lot of people involved. I would tell you also Kristen Witherspoon's very good in that role that she has, and big shout out to Cecile Covert and Chris Arthur for their excellent costumes, as well as to Evan Spiegelman for some very nice lighting. Now, let's move on to another show that opened up, is starting up at the Mid-City Theater, and that's Stephen Sondheim's Marry Me a Little. I had a chance to see this last night. It is a review show. It's really, truly a review show without any kind of book, and it's a concept that attempts to have the 2 players, one male, one female, sharing the stage and occupying their own sides of a shotgun in what would essentially be the Marigny area, if you will. The music is not live. It is canned, which takes away a little bit from the spontaneity. The only way the characters, though, move forward is through the songs, the exposition of the songs. And while the concept works well in theory, in practice it suffers on several fronts. The actors, Aaron Lind, last seen in the production of Hair at Le Petit, and Ashley Rose Bailey, who was a lead in JPS's Blueberry Hill, are adequate as the singer-actors, but the songs themselves fall flat. Essentially, these were songs that were cut from other Sondheim productions, so therefore they're not going to be the highest quality, and again, they were taken out of context from those shows and then put into this show. It seems a little bit less than a formula for success, but you know, my point is that I think Sondheim writes better when he's writing specifically for a show, and this is Promethean Theater Companies. If you like Stephen Sondheim, you'll love this, and if you're not as big a Stephen Sondheim fan, then perhaps you may want to pass on this one. Okay, opening this Tuesday, Warhorse at the Sanger Theater. The concept of Warhorse is very simple. It's a children's story that is set about a boy named Ted and his horse Joey. And essentially, it shows also the horrors of war. It's taken from this children's book and was first brought to the British stage in West End back in 2007. And again, it arrived on Broadway back around 2010, and it garnered 5 Tony Awards in 2011. It included the best play, the best lighting, the best sound, and the best direction, among others. So keep that in mind. It should be the highlight of our Broadway season. The puppetry of the actors is absolutely incredible. Many of these actors cannot go out, many times during the week. They have to split up the performances as far as that goes. I'll have a full review on this next week as far as that goes. And also, opening tonight, let's remember that Death of a Salesman, Le Petit Theater is opening up with the Arthur Miller, fantastic, considered by many people to be the greatest drama in all of American stage history. Directed by Amy Holtkamp. It stars George Sanchez as Willie Loman, and it also has Mary Pauley, who's the 2-time Big Easy Award winner from this past year. Attention must be paid. So we're going to have also Garrett Prejean, Chris Meroy, Ron Garral, and Casey Groves in that production.
Right, looking forward to it.
A lot of competition.
It certainly is. And now, though, it's time for our Artist Spotlight. We are featuring photographer L.J. Goldstein. Raised in New York, Goldstein has been based in New Orleans for over 20 years. His award-winning photographs are currently on display at City Hall as part of the permanent collection of the City of New Orleans. He celebrates his gallery's first anniversary with an opening and community celebration this Sunday from 3 to 8 p.m. That's Brass Camera Gallery on St. Philip in Treme. Visit his brasscamera.com website to see more of his work. And you can visit WYES.org to see our online calendar. You can also see our program on demand on our website as well. New Orleans Magazine's quiz queen, Julia Street, has a question for us. Last time, Michael O'Donnell gave us the name of the musician who performed at the first Jazz Fest and has become the event's symbol and the name of the music club named after one of his songs, Professor Longhair Tipitinas. Now tonight's question. 2 of New Orleans' most popular locally born performers are Dr. John and Deacon John. What are their real or given names? Email your answers to steppinout@wyes.org. Our prize is a Louisiana Life magazine subscription, a gift certificate for 2, courtesy of Vianne's Tea House, offering their culinary and gourmet tea experience. Tonight we have an apron as worn by WYES's own Kelsey Schreiber. The message, stand by your mayonnaise, okay? And we also have a kitchen towel that reads, Good Deal Hunting, from our friends at wearablevegetables.com. And this week we have a copy of the book New Orleans Historic Homes by Bonnie Warren from our friends at Pelican Publishing. And now our quick picks. Lance, how can we learn more about you? You got a website or anything out there? Or?
I have a Facebook page.
Okay, go to Facebook.
They can hit me up on Facebook. I'm under my given name, Lance E. Nichols. I also have a professional page, Lanzardis Productions.
All right, we'll check it out. Thank you. Poppy.
It's time for the 6th annual Veggie Fest, Saturday and Sunday at the New Orleans Healing Center on St. Claude. Sunday, moms accompanied by kids get in free.
Okay, Igor, any quick pick here?
I tweet at Sexy Igor. And Young Frankenstein is now through the 25th of May at Rivertown Theaters in Kenner.
Thank you so much. And Mr. Smason.
I want to remind everybody the Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra is going to be having the Tragic Symphony. It's not going to be tragic. It will be if you miss it. Mahler Symphony No. 6 at the Mahalia Jackson Theater on Thursday night.
All right, thank you. And my pick's the 3rd annual Crawfish Mambo, an all-you-can-eat crawfish cook-off. That's also Saturday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Sandbar at UNO. Tickets are $25 at the gate. Visit crawfishmambo.com for more information. Garrison Keillor is speaking on stage and signing copies of his new book, The Keillor Reader, at Le Petit Theater. That's next Tuesday, May 13th at 7 p.m. And don't miss the new Leviathan Oriental Fox-Trot Orchestra playing this Sunday for free at 4 p.m. at Cabrini Park in the Quarter, but also next Thursday evening at the Pavilion of the Two Sisters as part of the Thursday at Twilight series in City Park. They start at 6 p.m. and admission is $10. Visit NewOrleansCityPark.com to see more about that series. And looking back for a few moments at the No Rain Jazz Fest, some quick reflections. Great to see longtime trumpet player Gregg Stafford in numerous traditional jazz bands. Not so traditional, but more boogie-woogie was Mr. Bobby Lounge, with his hard-driving piano and clever patter in between songs and during them. One of the hardest working musicians was Dr. Michael White, whose Buddy Bolden tribute was one of the highlights of the fest for me. Jerry Siefken, a true regular at Economy Hall and faithful second liner. Great to see him enjoying the music so much. What an honor to see veteran sax player Bob Wilber, who used to play with Sidney Bechet and Benny Goodman, being accompanied by the amazing Wendell Brunious. Top-notch set by the Dukes of Dixieland, who are playing on the Natchez these days. Bust-out burlesque dancer Athena sang some spicy Bessie Smith tunes with Bobby Lounge. And finally, it was a treat to interview bounce star Big Freedia and learn about the performer's gospel choir roots and second season of the Big Freedia reality show coming up next month on Fuse TV. Thanks, by the way, to Justin Winston and Rick DeLoff for some of those images. And it's great to see you all here. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll see you again sometime. But now it's time, happy Mother's Day, but now it's time to visit with another colleague of yours. Set that up for us,
yes,
please.
This is Dr. Frankenstein's lovely fiancée singing another saucy song from the show. Very saucy, just
Let's do
beware.
that. Thank you. Good night.
Deep love, at last I found deep love. Been searching for deep love for all of my life. Long love, incredibly long love, a constant and strong love that rids me of strife. Gentle but firm love, an unyielding firm love, for this my heart cried. Deep love, at last I found deep love. Now I will keep love forever inside.
Support for Steppin Out is made possible by Yes Portrait. New Orleans portrait artist Brigatti Dar specializes in personal portraits in oil or pencil. She uses her many years of experience to bring her portraits to life. More information is available at yesportrait.com.